Okay, my name is Joseph Ngangakeri. I'm the Secretary, Gatwanyaga Residents Association, and a resident of Gatwanyaga Ward of Vika Sub-County, Kiambu County. I just want to give a brief history of the residents of this area who have interacted with the Del Monte from 1969, around 1969-1970. So formally, some of us are people who came out, who were brought out by the government from different places of Kiambu County. There are others who were residing in this place before the settlement was established in 1976. Some of the residents of this place were workers with the former, it was formerly Kenya Canas. It was later transferred or sold to Del Monte, which is currently running the farm, the agricultural farm. As a resident of this place, we have interacted with Del Monte for all those years. We have stayed as neighbors in this place for all that time. And there have been happenings, there have been incidents, there have been issues that have been affecting both of us, both Del Monte and the residents of Gatwanyaga village. Initially it was Gatwanyaga location, although now it's Gatwanyaga ward. So on the part of relationship, there have been a harsh interaction of the residents with Del Monte, because as you can see from the pictures that will come later, we are the immediate neighborhood. So along the fence, along the boundaries, the opposite of Del Monte is what comprises of Gatwanyaga ward, and this is where Gatwanyaga Resident Association originated from. Initially, as we have been saying, and as we are going to say in this clip, our people have been closing over to Del Monte, and there are some harsh incidents that have been happening. For example, most of the cattle that you can see even right now here, they do graze on this side of Del Monte. But once they are seized by the guards of Del Monte, there are payments, there are penalties which you cannot even imagine should be penalized to residents and as good neighborhood. So as part of this history, there have also been incidents of human violations. People have been beaten up. People have been beaten to extents of being hospitalized. There is an incident even in 1972 where 3 girls were coming from school around Gishieki village, and one was killed by the dogs that have been manning this place with the guards that are there. So the relationship that has been here between Del Monte and Gatwanyaga residents has not been good at all. Now that already the leases that had been leased by the government to Del Monte have lapsed, because in the one that in the block that we are studying on block number 12203/1 and 2, their leases their lease has already expired. And so initially our expectations were that the government is going to follow the due course or the due process that is normally used once the lease lapses. But we were a little bit confused or caught off guard, because by the time the leases were almost to lapse, there are some people from the county government, by then led by the former governor Ferdinand Waititu, who went beyond to sign agreements and to sign documents of lease renewal, regardless of the provisions that have been provided in the Constitution, that public participation must be done. And so what we are asking and what we would like to ask the government is to make sure that the due process is followed in the renewal of this piece of land in Del Monte. The other issue that I want to address here is about the gazettement, the gazette notice of 5th of March 2019, which the National Land Commission gave. And in it, because it holds 3 items. On the item of the beneficiaries is the only thing that we would want to seek clarification from the National Lands Commission. Because as part of the neighborhood, as the residents of this place, The beneficiaries of this place of Kiambu chapter of Del Monte issue has been awarded to people who are outsiders, who are foreigners, who don't know even the Shamba itself where it lies. So we are asking, is this fair? Will there be fairness in to the people of Kiambu in large, leave alone about the residents of the neighborhood who are Gatuanyaga, who are represented by Gatuanyaga Residents Association? So it's an issue as well that we would like the government, through the National Lands Commission, to review and give a verdict on the issue of the beneficiaries of the 70% and 30% respectively after the resurvey has been done. So surely what we will do, we'll take you through the whole land of Del Monte, and include some of the things that the international community and other people have not been knowing, especially on the issue of water, the issue of contaminated water that has been used to do irrigation in Del Monte. So it's just a matter of evidence, evidence that we want everyone to get through, to go through, and make an informed decision on this. Right now, where we are standing, this is the border, this is the boundary that borders Del Monte. On my left, if you can look at the extent, this is what is normally known as Del Monte. This is the land that has been underused for almost 50 years. On the other side, on my right, this is the villages that borders Del Monte. Specifically, this is Miumbo. On the other side we have Tosha. They are all part of Gatuanyaga ward of Thika sub-county, Kiambu County. These are the people who have been interacting with Del Monte from some years back, from 1969 to date. There have been so many incidents concerning the relationship between Del Monte and the villages that are next to them. If you can see to the extent where you are seeing there are some cattle that are grazing over there. This is the area that most of the inhabitants or the residents of this area, they have been grazing their animals here. But what has been happening is that at whatever time, Del Monte has been taking, or they have been sizing these cattle, and once they get to their because they have their sheds there, people have been charged from as much as 200 per animal. And the only thing that we have been asking is whether this relationship between the residents at Del Monte has coexisted peacefully. So I want to say it has not, it has not been existing in a peaceful manner. Because this was supposed to be part of the relationship that could have been with Del Monte and the residents. If you can look at the extent of the road that borders here, it's supposed to be part of the corporate social responsibilities that Del Monte was supposed and has been supposed and is supposed to be doing to the residents of this area. You see, they have been using even the transport of the pineapples, because there are some meters from here. On the other side, you get them when we go to the other side. They have been using a very long way to go all through to the tarmac road. Whereas here we have an extent of less than 2 kilometers, which they could have rehabilitated. The road could have been useful to the resident and even to Del Monte itself. So once we are saying all these things, it's not because of malice or anything. It's just that we want anything that will go on between Del Monte and the government, the residents and the inhabitants of this place, they have to be involved in whatever thing that is going to be done.